Well guys, the summer pass is finally here. That's about it. Apart from that, they added some new maps. But not just any maps, these are retro maps, which is of course based on the classic Roblox maps. Which also mean there are 3 maps that has the same path layout to another map. Since the current ones are different. Yep, this is Rocket Arena, we all know. Let me explain. Of course, back in the day, these 3 maps has already existed. Crossroads, Rocket Arena, and the Heights were the only maps based on classic Roblox maps. There are others, but they didn't last long. These maps were pretty much one-to-one replica of the Roblox Classic maps we all know. They were somewhat popular maps due to its easy difficulty and paths, and it was really fun to play on. Until a year or 2 later. You see, TDS had this phase, where they wanted to improve the game by changing their game direction, aiming to be a bit more modern and somewhat realism. Example, like they added an ammo mechanic to Militant, changing some skins and towers to fit with the game and doesn't feel out of place, and they also remade some maps and improving their design. But they also decided remake all 3 of the classic Roblox maps and somewhat modernize them, since I guess they looked a bit out of place or old. As for Crossroads, they turned it into this island, but it still has the Crossroads elements like for the corners, but they also get a bit of an upgrade. Like the dark corner area has a tall castle. The brown corner is now like a haunted area with hills, and they also changed the blue tower into this red Eiffel Tower. As for the Heights, they turned it into this tower map high up in the sky, with some wooden planks as bridges. There are also statues around the map holding sword, kind of indicating that this was an arena for sword fight. It does still has the classic The Heights elements such as the portals, the burning circle, and even the sword, but with a remodel. And lastly, Rocket Arena, which we all already know. They made Rocket Arena into a flooding building map. The map is now an industrial overgrown building, surrounded by water. The only elements that are still intact are the billboards, and the fact that there is 9 squares. They also changed the classic bazooka which was laying on the map and turning them into modern RPG. To be honest, I didn't mind them much, and I have to give it to them for the creativity, making the map having a different theme, like Rocket Arena. But I did like the classic maps, since it has that classic charm. But now, how did other people react to the remakes? Well, after looking at old messages on Discord and the wiki, people didn't quite like this. Most of the comments are somewhat negative or upsetting as far as I seen. Except Crossroads, where most people didn't really seem to bother. But all 3 remake has the same problem, which people have said, the remake maps aren't the same anymore. People preferred and liked the old ones because the fact it was based on a popular classic Roblox maps and it has that old Roblox blocky design and aesthetics, and so, people loved the map. But after the remake, it made these maps have a somewhat less recognizable design and ruined the classic reference. I mean, they removed the trampoline in Crossroads. Arguably the best thing about Crossroads. In terms of gameplay, it's an improvement overall. Like the paths on Crossroads and Rocket are longer, and it has a bigger space for ground towers, but there are also people who value the design as well. As I said earlier, the devs wanted a new direction for the game, and wanting to make it more realism, such as the maps having more polish, better and less blocky or polygon design, which is good because it gives the map more charm and personality. But I guess they decided to make changes to the classic maps as well. It's understandable that they just wanted to improve the game by improving its models, and it's better overall since there are bigger and better spots. But I suppose people are attached to the classic designs, at the point modernizing their design somewhat ruins them, it's just not classic anymore. But in the end, they changed it again. Crossroads design is now closer to the original, having the tower, the orange bridge, and even some classic Roblox blocks. But they also shortened the path. As for the Heights, they just reverted it back. It's pretty much the classic map we all know, but in a more polished and modern style and coloring. However, they did change the layout of the structure. And for Rocket Arena, they really didn't do much with it. And finally, they added the retro maps for all 3 classic maps. So now everyone can be happy. Also, it's not retro as in it's the original version 1 TDS map. It's just the current version, but combining it with the original Roblox map. Like retro Crossroads has some same layouts and objects from the normal one. The path layout is also the same as the normal map on all 3 maps, except it's a bit shorter. It's pretty much more like a homage to the classic Roblox style and map. I'm actually happy that they finally added this. It's good to see the devs change their mind, and be a bit more open with having weird and wacky design. I mean, something like this wouldn't exist. You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice? It would be fun if they used the old path layout, and maybe even made the trampoline functional. And that's about it, really. I wonder if they'll add more old TDS stuff. I'll maybe even pay it Robux. Please below.